Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Deta Brilliantia Sanjaya. Okay, you can call me Deta. Today we learn about chapter 14. It is designing and managing integrated marketing communication. Then in this chapter, learning objectives we are in this chapter is first one, the role of marketing communications. Second one, the major step in developing effective communication. Third one, the marketing communications mix be set and evaluated. The last one is integrate marketing communications program. Okay, the role of marketing communication. Marketing communications is the means by which firms attempt to inform, persuade, and remind consumers directly or indirectly about the product and brand that they sell. In a sense, marketing communication represents the voice of the brand and is a way to establish a dialogue and build relationship with consumer. Then about marketing communications mix. The marketing communications mix consists of 8 major modes of communications. It's about advertising. Advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, of services by an identified sponsor via print, broadcast, network, electronic, and display media. Then sales promotion. Sales promotion is a variety of short-term incentives to encourage trial of purchase of a product or service, including consumer trade and business and sales force promotion. And then in marketing communications we have event and experiences, then public relations and publicity. Public relations and publicity is a variety of programs direct internally to employees of the company or externally to consumers, other firms, the government, and media to promote or protect a company's image or its individual product. And then about online and social media marketing, then about mobile marketing, and then direct and database marketing, and the last one is personal selling. Personal selling is a face-to-face interaction with one or more prospective purchasers for the purpose of making presentations, answering questions, and procuring orders. Okay, then common communication platforms. Okay, in this list about common communication platform, from company communication goes beyond the specific platform. Okay, the product's daily embrace, the shape and color of the package, the salesperson's manner and dress, the store decor, the company's stationery, I'll communicate something to buyers. Every brand contact delivers an impression that can strengthen or weaken a customer view of the company. Okay, by the way, marketing communication activities contribute to brand equity in many ways by creating awareness of brand, linking the right associations to the brand image in consumers' memory, eliciting positive brand judgments or feelings, and strengthening consumers' loyalty. Then, communications process model. Two models are useful. And the first one is micro model of the communications process, and then number two is micro-model of consumer responses. Okay, let's discuss about the first one, the communication process model. It is macro model of the communication process. The elements in the communication process is shows a macro communication model with 9 elements. Two elements represent the major parties in a communication. It's from sender and to receiver. And then to represent the major communication tools, it's a message and media. For represent major communication functions, it's encoding, decoding, response, and then feedback. And then the last element in the system is noises, random and competing messages that may interfere with the intended communications. Oh, the model emphasizes the key factors in effective communication. In effective communications, senders must know what audience they want to reach and what response they want to get. Then they must encode their message so that the target audience can decode them. They must transmit the message through media that reach the target audience and develop feedback channels to monitor the responses. Okay, then the more the sender's file of experience overlaps with that of the receiver, the more effective the message is likely to be. Okay, let's discuss about the second. The second one is the second one from the communication process model is micro model of consumer responses. This is models response hierarchy models. You can see in your screen. Okay, this model assumes that the buyer passes through a cognitive, affective, and behavioral stage in the order. This learn to do, this learn feel to do sequence is appropriate when the audience has high involvement with the product category perceived to have high differentiation as in purchasing an automobile or house. And then an alternative sequence, do feel learn, is relevant when the audience has high involvement but perceives little or no differentiation within the product category, as in purchasing an airline ticket or a personal computer. So here we will assume that the buyer has high involvement with the product category and perceived high differentiation within the category. We will illustrate with the hierarchy of effect model. This one, response hierarchy model. In response hierarchy models, we can see about awareness. Awareness is target audience is unaware of the object the communicator's text is to build awareness. Okay, then about knowledge. The target audience might have brand awareness but not know much more is about knowledge. Then liking. If target members know the brand, how do they feel about it? And good public relations call for good deals followed by good words. And then preference. The target audience might like the product but not prefer it to others. And then conviction. The target audience might prefer a particular product but not develop a conviction about buying it. And then the last one is purchase. For hierarchy effect model, the last one is purchase. Finally, some member of the target audience might have an confusion but may not quite get around to making the purchase. Okay, next, developing effective communications. Okay, on your screen shows the 8 steps in developing effective communication. It's about from identify target audience to set objectives to design communication and until the last one is manage integrate marketing communications. Okay, let's discuss about the last one from developing effect communication step. The first one is identify the target audience. The process must start with a clear target audience in mind. Potential buyers of the company's product, current user decider, or influencers, individuals, group, particular public, or the general public. And the target audience is a critical influence on the communicator's decision on what to say and how, when, where, and to whom to say it. And then the second step is determine objectives or set communication objectives. You can see in your screen. Is marketer can set communication objectives at any level of the hierarchy of effect model. You can see establish need for category, and then build brand awareness, build brand attitude, influence brand purchase attention. Okay, establish need for category is a product or service category as necessary to remove a perceived discrepancy between a current motivational state and a desired motivational state. And then build brand awareness, fostering the customer's ability to recognize of or recall the brand within the category in sufficient detail to make a purchase. And then build brand attitude, helping consumers evaluate the brand's perceived ability to meet a currently relevant need. And the last one, influence brand purchase intention, moving consumers to decide to purchase the brand or to take purchase related action. Okay, next, design the communications. Formulating the communication to achieve the desired response will require solving the 3 problems. What to say is about a message strategy, how to say it, creative strategy, and who should say it. It's about message search. Then, the first one, message strategy. In determining message strategy, management searches for appeals, themes, or ideas that will tie into the brand positioning and help to establish points of party or points of difference. And I explain about creative strategy. Communication effectiveness depends on how a message is being expressed as well as in creative strategy. Information appeals is about one side versus two-sided argument. And then the second one is the transformational appeals. It's about negative or fear versus with a positive versus positive appeals. Okay, here we have a message search. Sorry, it's my fault. Message search is before creative strategy, right? So it's never mind. Just next one to the next slide. Okay, the next is still about developing effect communication. The steps 4, select the communication channels. Select selecting efficient channels to carry the message becomes more difficult as channels of communication become more fragmented and cluttered. Communication channels may be personal and non-personal. Personal communications. Personal communication channels involve two or more persons communicating directly, face to face, person to audience over the telephone or to the email. And then, about non-personal channels. Non-personal channels are communication direct to more than one person and include media, sales promotions, events, and publicity. Then the next steps is establish the total marketing communications budget. Okay, how do companies decide on the promotion budget? Okay, to we will describe four common methods: the affordable method, percentage of sale method, then competitive party method, and the last one is objectives and task method. What about affordable method? Affordable method is when some companies set the promotion budget at what they think the company can afford. Okay, and then the percentage of sales method is when some companies set promotions expenditures at a specific percentage of sales, either current or anticipate, or of the sales price. And then about competitive party method. Competitive party method is when some companies set their promotion budget to a safe share of voice party with competitors. Okay, then next to the last one is objectives and task method. The objective and task method calls on marketers to develop promotion budget by defining specific objectives, determining the tasks that must be performed to achieve this objective, and estimating the cost of performing these tasks. Okay, now we are moving on to the selecting the marketing communications mix. Okay. Companies must allocate the marketing communication budget over the 6 major modes of communication: advertising, sales promotion, public relation and publicity, event and experiences, personal selling, and direct marketing. Or it's about, in your screen you can see about 8 major modes. The first one is advertising, sales promotion, event and experiences, and then public relation and publicity, online and social media marketing, mobile marketing, direct and database marketing, and the last one is personal selling. Okay, let's discuss about advertising first. And the percentage of advertising may have an effect on sales. Consumer might believe that a heavily advertised brand must offer good value because of the many forms and uses of advertising. It is difficult to make generations. Okay, the following qualities can be noted. It's about pervasiveness, and then dramatizes brands, and then focus on brand aspect. Okay, then let's talk about sales promotion. Companies use sales promotion tools, coupons, contact premium, and the like to draw a stronger and quicker buyer response. Sales promotions can be used for short-run effects such as to highlight product offers and push sagging sales. Such promotions also offer three distinctive benefits. The first one is draws attention, and then incentive, and the last one is invitation. Incentive means the incorporate some concession in inducements or contribution that gives value to the consumer. And then about invitation, they include a distinct invitation to engage in the transaction. Okay, next to the events and experiences. There are many advantages to events and experiences. It's about relevant, and then engaging, and then indirect soft sell. Relevance about a well-chosen event or experience can be seen as highly relevant as the consumer gets personally involved. Okay, then the public relation and publicity. Marketers tend to underuse public relations, yet a well thought out program coordinated with the other communication mix elements can be extremely effective. The appeal of public relation and publicity is based on three distinctive qualities. The first one is high credibility, and then the second one is ability to reach hard to find prospect, and the last one is ability to tell a story of company or brand. Okay, let's talk about online and social media marketing. And there's have information or entertainment reach, and then can be chance or update, then can be prepared and diffused quickly. Okay, next one is mobile marketing. About mobile marketing, they have a time sensitive, can reach and influence consumer at purchase, and then are always at consumers' fingertips. Okay, next is direct and database marketing. They takes many forms over the phone, online, or in person. So they are personalized, then used to create attention with a call to action, and then offer information that help other communication. Okay, the next is personal selling. Personal selling is the most effective tool at a later stage of the buying process, particularly in building up buyer preference, conviction, and action. Personal selling has three distinctive qualities. Distinctive. The first one is customized, relationship oriented, and then the last one is response oriented. Okay, moving on. Next to the setting the market communication mix. Okay, company must consider several factors in developing their communication mix: type of product market, and then the product life cycle stage. The type of product market is about consumer versus business marketers, or advertising or sales promotion versus personal selling. And then product life cycle stage is in the introduction stage. Advertising and publicity have the highest cost effectiveness, followed by personal selling to gain distribution coverage and sales promotion to induce trial. In the growth stage, demand has its own momentum throughout word of mouth. In the maturity stage, sales promotion, advertising, and personal selling all grow more important in that order. In the decline stage, sales promotion continues strong, advertising and publicity are reduced, and salespeople give the product only minimal attention. Okay, moving on next to measuring communication result. Senior managers want to know the outcomes and revenues resulting from their communication investment. Too often, however, their communication directors supply only outputs and expenses. It's about message recognition or recall, and then the number of times message sent, and then message points recalled, and then attitude towards message product and company, and the last one is behavioral responses. Okay, next to managing integrated marketing communication process. The first one is integrated marketing communications or IMC. It is about a planning process designed to assure that all brand content received by a customer or a prospect for a product, service, or organization are relevant to that person and consistent over time. And then about coordinating media. Media coordination can occur across and within media types, but marketers should combine communication channels through multiple facial, multiple stage campaign to achieve maximum impact and increase message reach and impact. Then the implementing IMC. A few large agencies have no substantially improved their integrity over